It took me a while to think about fountain pens again, since my first precious one was stolen in 2012. That pen was given to me when I was around 9 or 10 years old, when I'd started to write poems and songs and stories. My dad, who was uncomfortable with verbal encouragement, showed his support by one day giving me a slim, sleek silver fountain pen. And as a child, it was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen and received. I mean, definitely the most grown-up item than the toys that people still gave at that age. At the time, I'd never had anything like it. Its tip and body were one continuous unit, and I used to describe it to my friends as looking like a bullet. I mean, my concept of which was probably an image that I saw from an encyclopedia. I didn't know anything about fountain pens, and I think neither did my dad, but he just said to be gentle with a tip. It came with a blue cartridge, and this was in the early 90s, and we had no internet then, so most of my days were spent either outdoors or making something with my hands. So I used up that ink pretty quickly. I don't remember if I had gotten a blue refill because I'd started with blue, but I only ever remember using blue with it, and it was one of my most cherished possessions. I took it almost everywhere with me. Fast forward to 2012, I was a working student, and one day I had to attend class and go straight to a work event afterward. So I had many things like my laptop and other gadgets like a hard drive, tablet, and phone, and as well as my usual bag items like daily planner and, yes, that one fountain pen. My bulging bag must have been a great temptation to someone with bad intentions, because in a moment when I had turned away from it, it was gone the next. I was devastated with the loss of everything, but mostly the files from my hard drive with neatly stored photos from travels and scans of old letters and text files of my childhood stories that I used to type into our old desktop computer. And my pen, one of the rare mementos of my dad's astuteness to my interests. I spiraled for years after that, wondering, was my pen in a dump somewhere? Is there any way to retrieve my old hard drive? And increasingly anxious and full of distrust for the world. And though people repeatedly told me, they're just things, well, that's not all those meant to me. It was a loss of security and of faith in humanity. And with my fickle memory, it was the loss of my past and things I'd used to hold on to them. So after that, I forced myself to detach from material things because I interpreted the pain as my punishment for being so materialistic. But writing endured. Because writing is my processing, it's planning, excitement for something in the future, it's solving, it's creation. Soon I started to buy basic fountain pens again from the bookstore, and having someone like Rai who made it a side quest to symbolically reclaim my lost pilot has made it easier to heal some of my resentments. For a 52-year-old vintage, we got this unit for a good price. When I started writing with this pen in my hand, I was flooded with a multi-sensory surge of memories. There is no lesson to this story. It's just one of the many unremarkable stories in the grand scheme of life that I can continue to write about with my pens, and that's why I love them. Everyone has a reason for getting into fountain pens. I wonder how different your story is from mine.